City of mine, how I love the city of mine. It never gets me down. City of mine, how I love the city of mine. It never gets me down, yeah.
I was born in the city, I was raised on its edges. My pop work is life when it's complex. I found love in its center. If I could live here forever, think it'd be for the better. I love the weather, even though it's fog 24/7. I love the people, this is city. I met all my best friends, and I wanna thank every brick. I wanna thank every entrance to every building that I step in this city of mine. I owe you most my best moments in life. See, I fell in love for the first time in Golden Gate Park. I saw my first rap show at Great American Hall. I used to beg my homies for a ride across the bridge to goof off and spend the whole damn day doing whatever we want. Keith drove us down to Ice Place while we'd roll up a blunt, and me and Jack would get stoney, walk around and get lost. Don't think I'll ever truly pay back all I was lucky to get just by walking through the city. No, I'm a small part of this.
City of mine, how I love this city of mine. It never gets me down. City of mine, how I love this city of mine. It never gets me down.
I never really had a place to call my own, so I travel and I roam till I find that. But I'm full of adventure, so I wander and I venture, and it's safe to say that really I don't mind that. I book a flight to try to figure where my mind's at, a spot where I don't spend no money, just some time at. I mix and mingle with the people till I learn a little. I brought some weed and baby, maybe we could burn a little. She said you're funny, I said no, I'm Xavier, then I left. Sun shining, birds chirping, let me take a breath. I'm headed to the city where my chance to make it best. What people like to give a little, then you take the rest. I'm hoping one day maybe I can find a place to rest. I fell in love with life and wonder where it take me next. I like the hustle and bustle, I fell in love with the fashion. I feel the pulse of the city, it's moving me like a passion, and it's mine.
How I love this city of mine. It never gets me down. City of mine. How I love this city of mine. It never gets me down. Me and my hometown, baby, we go way back. All the situations, circumstances, still we don't mind. Steady going on, I dance around the street lights. Hey, I know every street sign, hanging around the block like if you are my friend, then you are welcome any moment. Yeah, city of mine, how I love this city of mine. It never gets me down. City of mine, how I love this city of mine. It never gets me down.
What is up, people? What is up? Today we're going to do something cool and totally crazy, and we might just break everything, but who cares? We're going to try it anyway. We're going to absolutely try it anyway. Today we are doing a Canva thumbnail workshop, and so what I did to test this theory out is invited members of my community, the Drop Squad. I invited them to come and hang out in the Discord so that we can all work on thumbnails together and then have a open discussion about thumbnails. I have prepared some of my notes of what I think makes good thumbnails. Now, you got to know this. Some of the things I'm going to say are kind of steadfast rules, but you know me, rules is meant to be broken. So if for some reason you have a pushback, okay, I'll give you a prime example. Thumbnails theoretically should have a big ass picture of your face because people like to click on thumbnails with other people in it. But I know that some people like Aubrey are in witness protection program, and then so she can't put her face on the internet. So if in that case you can't put your face on the internet or whatever, You're just going to have to work with what you got. You don't have to announce it to the whole planet that, oh, I can't put my face. Okay. So you know my rules. Number one, your excuse is valid. So what? The rest of the stuff still applies. So you will have to make some adjustments according to you, right? Now, if and when it doesn't work the way you want it to, you got to understand that you also try to do something different. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Like it kind of sort of is what it is. Okay. So let me explain to you about the Drop Squad. You can become a member of the Drop Squad by going to creativecoach.live. However, because my membership assistant, partner in crime person who always does all of the cool things, Keely, is busy watching international hockey right now for the umpiring type situation, I personally won't be able to be working on a thumbnail and also going in and making changes to the what the word I'm looking at. I won't be able to be making changes to the membership connection with the Discord at the same time. It will just become messy. So just know that we will, if this works and we don't break anything, looking directly at you, Paul, if we don't break anything, we will do this again very soon because I think this is fun and it might be a nice sort of fun way to do all of this. So in the meantime and in between time, we're going to get in and we're going to do some fun things. Let me just make a couple arrangements of slides. So why did I just do that? I just moved the wrong thing out the wrong way. That is so funny when you do that. Okay, so we are going to be talking about your thumbnails, and we're going to go over some of the basics. I'm going to run through the pre's real quick, just in case somebody can't come to the workshop. They can take the basic takeaways and run with them now, so that we only got to be here for a couple minutes. They don't have to stay for the whole thing. But I strongly suggest if you're not in your car driving around right now, looking at you, David Hunt, I suggest you get to your computer, open up your Canva, and do exactly what we're doing. Now, one last thing. I know everybody and their mom is going to be like, well, Doug, I don't use Canva. I use Microsoft Design Studio. It's the same. Like the steps, the basics, the buttercream, if you will, is the same whether you do it in Microsoft Publisher or whether you do it in Canva. So, yeah, if you're stuck with that or you like doing it in Photoshop, which some people do, Photoshop is better than Canva. So, cool. Figure it out. It'll still work. I often dip between Adobe Express and Canva. I go back and forth because I am a diehard Adobe person, like been that way since I was a certified Photoshop and Illustrator instructor. So yeah, I still use Express all the time. So if you need to use another app, knock yourself out. It still works. All of this stuff still works. Okay, let's get in there like swimwear. Let me check real quick. Just check on the chats. That's funny, Dina. That's funny. Since Dina is La Jardinera and she likes to be out in her garden doing her things, I like that, the green thumbnails. And then India is going to correct me for my pronunciation of La Jardinera. It's coming soon. I'm looking at her making faces in the Discord. The cool thing about having you guys here and them over here in Discord, I can see how many seconds the gap is between what I say and what actually shows up on the screen, because then the delayed reaction from India's face is over here. it's over here. Okay. Okay, Mr. HD using that Canva. Boom, 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 boom. Do everything. Mr. HD say do everything in Canva. All right. Boom. Here we go. See, now India's laughing, so that means she caught up. If I unmute myself in the Discord, she would have heard that live, but now she's laughing over there, so it's, man, that was a pretty decent delay there, YouTube. All right, so let's crack this up. What I should do is unmute the Discord for myself so they can hear me live. And, oh, actually, let me go through the slides first. Hold on. Sorry, guys, I'll be back. I'm gonna hang up on them and let's go through the slides first. All right, so you know me. My rules are all your excuses are valid, so what? Like, yeah, my computer's slow, cool. Knock yourself out, go to the library. Like, whatever your excuse is, find your way to get around it, because just constantly leaning on your excuses not gonna ever get you out of it. I'm just saying. That's literally like being in quicksand with a shovel digging a deeper hole. So you actually can't really dig in quicksand, but you know what it is. So your excuse is good. Let's keep moving. All right, we're going to talk about using templates. Canva has some marvelous templates, but there are some fashion faux pas when it comes to using templates. I could call some of y'all out directly by name because I've seen you do it and do not do it, but we will talk about that deeper. But just know this. If you're going to use a template, please try to make at least 40% change. Just don't rock the naked template and run with that. It's whack, it's lazy, and what happens is everybody knows that you did it in Canva because there's 17 other videos out there with the exact same thumbnail because they also did the lazy crack a template, change the word, stick your face in there like this, and call it a day. No, you want to make at least 40% change, and I'll show you how to do this. Fairly easy. It's not difficult at all, but just keep that in your back of your head. That's my warning about templates, and I already told you what the warning is. Here's the important first step. Always, wrong direction. Always change the stock appearance at least 40%. Why am I an English teacher? Okay, so we're going to work on your colors. Get your colors together. I'm going to show you how to put your colors in Canva if you don't already know, just as a way that you can always get access back to them. Having your colors palette set up will save you a lot of time because when you make changes to the template, it's a lot easier than you think, okay? So let's get our color palettes together. If you are unsure, like what I should be doing for colors, let me tell you my secret to colors. What? What'd you say? Oh, talking to Alec. See, Paul over here is saying stuff in my ear and then hurting my feelings. Okay, let me go right here. And then, yes, I want y'all to see this in Racha. This is on fire. All right, so this site right here is called Colors. Colors, 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 colors. Anyway, so you come over here, and this is my palette. I know what my palette is, but just to show you if you want to go to the brand Nubian, you start over here, and then there's lots of color websites out there. I like Color, COLLORS.co is the name of the game. I just happen to like it because, I don't know. I have no idea why I like it. Adobe has a dope one too, right? But yeah, just one of those things. Just one of those things. All right. Oh, Buck Nasty is in the building. And then Aubrey said, I'm not supposed to reveal her identity for witness protection. Buck Nasty is in the building. Buck, if you want to jump into Discord, you can. I believe we already have a slot for you in there, so you can slide in if you wish. Anyway, so you go to colors, and you can just see, look, let's start with Explore Trending Palette. Say you haven't already come up with your definitive colors. One of the first things you should do is come up with your definitive colors, people. You will be making changes to this. Yes, I understand. I get it. But you just want to have yourself set up in a situation so that whenever you are in the internet doing your thing, doing the Lord's work, that everybody knows it's you. So one of the first things about your branding is picking your colors. You can change them, but you want to do that. Thank you, Michelle. What's up? Michelle and Eileen have entered the Discord, people. Now it is officially a party. Okay, so check this palette out right here. Come about in September through November, you might want to kick the autumnal palette, you know, because it brings out your eyes or some stuff like that. You can pop over here and you can just heart one of these and be like, you know what? I kind of like this. I'm not going to sign in right now. I do have an account already, but you can come here and pick a palette. You might want to rock the pastels. You might want to do the muted Pride Month palette over here. You know, here's another like muted Pride Month palette. You got a bunch of palettes in here. Look, Michelle just came in. Atlanta Falcons palette pops up. You know what I'm saying? They put that palette come up in last place though. What he just said. That was funny. India, have you become an Eagles fan yet? That's a good question. No, it's going to take 10 minutes before she can answer me. But anyway, Colors is a good site. I really like them. And I like some of the, ooh, do not do that. Doc, come back. Hold on, we. Sorry. You got a bunch of palettes in here. Look, Michelle just came in. Atlanta Falcons palette pops up. You know what I'm saying? They put that palette come up in last place. Am I playing loud in myself? What he just said. That was funny. India, have you become an Eagles fan yet? That's a good question. Hold on. No, something I just accidentally hit. She can answer me. But anyway. Now, oh, I know what I did. Sorry. I found it. I accidentally hit the browser in the background and it started screaming. Woo, that was unique. That was super, super unique. I know some girls around the way named Unique. That was funny. I accidentally hit the browser in the back, and let me close Safari altogether so that doesn't happen again. That was super strange. And it started playing me in the back of me, which was confusing. Anyway, so let's jump back over here. So this is my palette that I use, and there's just a bunch of cool things you can do this. I've had videos where I've talked about this before, but anyway, you get your palette together. So let me get back to where we was out here making trouble to myself. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so we got our colors together. Then we're going to work on type. I'm going to talk to you guys about type and typefaces and how they should work. And yeah, I know you guys like to use the terminology fonts. We're not going to have that conversation right now, but there's a huge difference between a font and a typeface, okay? But anyway, we're just going to work. We're going to just call it type in general, right? And then we're going to do with a little bit of texture. I'm going to show you how to add some texture because texture really does make thumbnails look better. And then last one, this is the most important one. Screenshot this, take a picture. People, 357, right? 357. If possible, 3 words. If you gotta, 5 words. If it's going to make or break your day and get you like thrown in hell by your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, use 7 words. Ooh, Rich, that hurt. I think Keely has a way for you guys to mute yourself before you come into the channel. I don't remember what that is though. That hurt though. Anyway, if you have to use 7, please, right? You know, pull out your cross, your Bible, pray about it. Anything over 7 people, you should be damned to hell. That's way too much text on a freaking thumbnail. Okay? 357. And I have the 7 in red because I'm only going to let you get away with 7 for you made 100,000 followers or somebody, you know, Cristiano Ronaldo got hit by a bus and can't play soccer no more, something of that nature. Like, other than that, people, why are we writing whole cloth biblical paragraphs on the thumbnail? And can't nobody see that mess on your phone? Pick up your phone and look at thumbnails on your phone for all of the people they read all the letters. Like, that's just too much. Please don't do that. 3 is good. 5, okay. 7 is pushing into dangerous territory. Okay? So let's just think about that. Right? We pop over here. Canva, thumbnail, workshop. 3. I'm not counting the word live. That's an element. But even if you added that, that's 4. That, my friends, is a thumbnail. Canva thumbnail workshop. Right? You do not have to put the entire Bombaclot title in the thumbnail. We can see the title right next to the thumbnail. You don't have to do that, right? 15 ways why you should use a Rodecaster Pro with the A10 mini switcher. That was very Tom. But it just says, like, in the thumbnail, Tom will put, like, Rodecaster Pro A10 mini, something like that. Like, he won't write the entire title again in the thumbnail. You know what? Because my brother Nasty has pretty dope nails, he just got his nails did. Let's go and take a look at the state of affairs. Okay, I'm going to show you something real quick as I go to Tom's channel. Boom. Here we go. This video right here by BTS Video, this is silly, right? Firmware 1.60 tested, no more overheating or video wobbles. All he had to put, or she, but here's a beard, so, okay. I know there's ladies with beards, my grandmother. So let's just put it like this. All he had to do was say 1.6 firmware, amazing. And then the exact words are in the title. It literally says right here. Oh, wait, let me make it so y'all can see which one I'm looking at. It says right here, R5 firmware 1.6 tested, no more overheating or video wobbles. So in the thumbnail, all you needed was firmware 1.60, amazing. And then a line through the, fire coming inside the sensor puka. You know what I'm saying? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's good. Upgrading your Sony APS-C kit lens. That's not bad. That's 6. That's still a lot. That's still a lot. They can just take out the your because the your is implied, right? Don't pay attention to the news people. They don't do thumbnails correct at all, but they're not trying to. Like this Hawaii thumbnail is hot trash, right? Ex-Hawaii Marine pleads not guilty, accused of planning attack in the synagogue. They just took a clip out of the thing, but it's silly, right? That's a bad thumbnail. Don't pay attention to the pro folks. That's horrible. For use folks with the cooking channel, right? This is done correctly, right? It's just her, America's Text Nation, and a big old pie. You don't need nothing else. You don't need no words to be like, hey, peach pie, because it's peach season in Georgia, Aubrey. You don't need those words. Everybody know you just look at the pie, your face start going, you know what I'm saying? Unnecessary, right? So you scroll through my boy Dylan, dope, the fast way, right? Stop doing picture-in-picture the hard way. All he put was the fast way. Very good. Now, Art makes dope videos, right? Art is right. Art makes horrible thumbnails. Art is a world-class photographer. Should know better, but he makes horrible thumbnails, even though he makes dope videos. So Mike Russell's video, perfect. No words at all, right? Carhartt video by my man Levi down here, sold out. Just dope. That is good. That is good. So a lot of your big people will ignore these rules because they don't need to because, well, they're big. So they don't need to. It doesn't matter to them. We're going to skip Max because I'll start bitching about how much I just want to take Max in the corner and yell at him. But look, there's Jared with the fro sticking out. Nice Canon R7. And then who's this bald guy? Let me click on the Buck Nasty video real quick. Tom Buck. Tom Buck 2. Still the funniest second channel name in the business. Look at that. Gorgeous. 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 Look, not Tom, I mean the thumbnail. It says, still awesome, right? All it is a Mac Mini turned round about his side, still awesome. Completely made in Procreate. Okay, that's the word I was looking for. Podcaster, best podcast microphone. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Like, this is what we're talking about. That is how you make a thing. Oh, by the way, the other Tom Buck on the internet, absolute turd. Never looked that guy up. Anyway. Oh, let me go back to here. I'm getting in trouble. Okay, 357, we got that. And you want to export coming out of Canva. You want to come out at 1.5x because Canva, if you actually just click the YouTube thumbnail thing, it's going to set you up a template at 1280 by 720. YouTube says do 1280 by 720, but you want to spit it out at 1920 by 1080. YouTube will squish it any which way anyway. So it's better that you give it to them big and let them squish it, right? It's just a thing, personal preference. I got it, but to me, it works better. You get cleaner nails when it is shrinked down. Now, again, people, if you do, like I used to cheat all the time. I'll be the first one to admit I used to cheat all the time. I used to do things in my nails that I'm thinking like nobody's going to see because it's so small. So a lot of times I wouldn't really cleanly cut things out, or I wouldn't spend a lot of time like tweaking when I was doing it in Photoshop. But nowadays, yesterday my brother just got an 85-inch TV or something like that. And when you watch YouTube on that, the thumbnails look like a freaking magazine. So now you can't also get away with crappy nails. You got to do some really, really good nail work out in these streets. Okay? So no cheating. And then after this, we want to test it. Because you might start your video with one and then try another one and you might have to do some things, right? You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things. That 1920 presentation thing is better. You see a bunch of versions along the bottom. Yeah, I actually use presentations to do my nails too, Rich. That is a good statement of fact. Okay, so anyway, hopefully you guys understand that. You could put your nail and then you can go back and change it a week later and change it again. And if you use a tool like TubeBuddy or Spanner or whatever, they have A/B thumbnail testing, and then you can kind of like do your thing. So in Fin, which is like French India. That's what that really means. So let me go back to the top and do this again. All the excuses that you're going to make about why you do different from what I just said, cool. Keep it to yourself. They're valid. Nobody cares. All right. Second of all, use a template. But if you're going to use a template, warning. If you're going to use a template, change that sucker by at least 40%. Do not just take the template and rock with it. Give it a little savoir faire. I'm going to show you the difference between what 40% look like and don't in a minute. All right. Get your color palette together. I use colors.com. You can use Adobe Colors. There's lots of places to find palettes. Even Canva has palette understandings in there. You can kind of find things, but get your palette, nail it, save it. I'll show you how to do that in a second. Get your type game together, right? And we're going to talk about type as we work. Add a little texture, man. I don't know why, but it's just me. Texture pops out nails a little bit better, right? Let me explain you texture real quick in the annals of Mr. Buck Nasty himself. You see this right here? Not Tom, stop making your face come up when I do this. In the corner, if you look at this closely on your screen, right where it says 1837, there's tiny little bubbles in there, and there's tiny little bubbles in the corner. They're like bokeh bubbles, right? Those bubbles might not translate on the live stream, but they're up in here. Those, my friends, ooh, I just realized I got this tool from Diana. Look, right over here and right over here, there's texture in them nails. Same over here on this one, and then same over here on this one. And I don't know the name of this tool. Don't ask me. I got it from Diana. Somebody will remember and put it in the chat, India, because I forgot what it's called. But it's a drawing type tool. Anyway, so back at the wrench. I hope that came out. Oh, yeah, and Pro Mouse has it, but I got to add Pro Mouse back because Alex starts talking spicy to me. Anyway, 357, probably the most important thing you'll learn all day, 357. And then export at 1.5x, or just make sure you're exporting at 1920 by 1080, just in case you want to use it in a video or something. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I used to export it at 4K, but then you got to squish it again to send it back to YouTube, and it's just too much work, so I just export at that right there. It's a light brush and Procreate. Halo, Mr. Nasty. Much harder to recreate in Canva, but it is possible. Is possible. Thank you, Miss Marie. I'll show you. If you look at my nail over here, see I got a little texture, these little dots. I'm going to show y'all how to do that. That little texture just adds a little something. I don't know what it'd be like, but it just adds a little something, gives you a little savoir faire in your nails. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it ain't cool. Oh, now your tech coach is out here telling up Tom's secrets. Okay, so that's the end of that. Let's dive in. What are we going to do? We're going to look for the Discord. La, there's my peoples. What's up, Discord people? Let me say hello. How you doing, Discord peoples? You guys can talk to people so I can drink. Ain't nobody say nothing. I wonder if they can. Oh, they can't hear me. I knew I was going to do that. I said it. There it is. There's my Discord people. I said, as soon as I come back over to Discord, I'm going to forget to unmute myself. I'm going to be talking to y'all, and then y'all ain't going to hear a damn thing I said. Gretchen, you get your audio straight?
Hi, Doc.
I knew I was going to do that. Oh, see? Yeah, she's working. I can tell she's working because I can hear me in the background. As soon as I come back over to Discord, I'm going to forget to unmute myself. I'm going to be talking to y'all, and then y'all ain't going to hear a damn thing I say. Tasty. Tasty.
I think so. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
We can hear you. Yes.
Yes, no.
But now you should hear me in real time in the Discord. Maybe
Yes.
not. She doesn't because she don't hear me in real time in the
We can hear
Discord.
you. Can you hear us?
Okay.
Hey, Gretchen, you're feeding the channel back into Discord.
I got it. I just took care of it. Anyway, so now we're going to go. Let me open up my Canva and we're going to work. And I'm going to have the Discord people in my ear so we can see what they're doing if they have any questions. So we're going to go to Browsy and we're going to unzoom this baby. What I'm trying to do is get my browser zoomed just right. And then I guess I can, if I expand it over here, I can't see Ecamm, but I'm trying to work on less monitors. All right. So let's talk to you guys about starting. Let's talk to you guys about starting with templates, right? So we're going to come over here, click on templates. All right. So, come on, computer. So inside your templates, one of the things you can click on videos, right? You can come over here in the top and you can type like, YouTube thumbnails. The good thing about the YouTube thumbnails is they're kind of laid out like a thumbnail. The bad thing about YouTube thumbnails is nobody at Canva Design understands the 357 rule. Not a damn person. Whoever designed these things, not single one of them understands the 357 rule. Maybe how to manage your money. Good one. Learn digital marketing, not bad. But then they put really small type down here in cursive. No. So you can take one of these, even if it's breaking all the rules, and you can adjust. Now, I'm going to show you a thumbnail template that I know you've seen before, and you're going to understand why I said you should change at least 40% of the design. I know good and well y'all seen this before. And don't do that, people. Like, don't. Like, it's too easy to change it a little bit than to just take that and go. Also, if their recipe is exactly like yours, let's just say that color, that 4 colors that's popping in here is exactly like yours. One thing they did, which is kind of cool, they got this color from his jacket right here under the NA, and they got this color from her jacket up here in the corner, and then they added the purple for a little pop. I mean, it's well together. Like, I get it. The person who made this family it's cool. But still, there's ways to add enough change to this so that you don't just take the stock nail and put it back. Because when you go on YouTube, the whole point of nails, let's cover this statement real quick. The whole point of nails is for your video to stand out in the crowd so people can find you. The other point of nails is so that everybody knows what it is when they see it. You know what I mean? Do I have something? I always have something nearby. Here we go. When y'all guys see this little bands right here, y'all know it's a Hydro Flask, right? If you didn't see none, if you couldn't see the bottom where it says Hydro Flask, if you see this little man's right here, you know it's a Hydro Flask. If you live somewhere where Hydro Flasks don't exist, there's a label that you see from Roundabout Anyway, a gigantic C with the curly droop, and then another C a couple letters later. I don't care what it says, you read it's Coca-Cola, right? Prime example. I walked around my school probably 3 or 4 times before I got suspended for this t-shirt I was wearing. It looked like it said Coca-Cola. Most people didn't second look at it, but if you looked at it really closely, it said cocaine. And it was dumb, I know, and I wore it just to push buttons, and it worked. But I swear I wore it like maybe 2 days prior to finally someone figuring it out what it says, right? So make sure you bless it up a little bit, right? So let's just take one of these templatives. I'm going to go back up to the top. Normally there's fresher stuff at the top, and we'll work from there. I kind of like this one. It's a little busy, but we're going to work with this. I'm going to show you how to change this template and still use it. So let's start with another this guy, Vishnu right here, is pretty prolific, and he makes decent looking nails. All right, so let's rock with this. Boom. Let's customize this template. Now, the first thing that we had on our list was talking about like how to change up your colors. Let me show you something real quick. If you come over here into the more, take that back. Where it is. Oh, not folders, logos. Is it under logos? Untitled brand kit. There you go. Here's your brand kits. So when you have your brand kit selected, right, you can kind of see, I don't have any logos in these different brand kits, but you can see where you get your stuff from, right? So in here on the side, you can see like all your other designs and stuff that you have here available. You can see any templates that you have here available. And then if you look in here more, you can see some of the other stuff that you can do. So if you go to your home real quick, I guess I should do it from here. It'll probably be better. If I go to my home real quick, scrolly, you can come down here and you can click on brand under tools, right? Oh, sorry. Hold on, people. Voila. Click on brand under tools, right? So at the home page, once you're logged in, click on brand under tools. Under the brand, you can pick which brand you want, in here, you can add all of your colors. You can add whichever fonts you're going to use. And if you're in a pro account, I believe you can upload any fonts that you want to use. These are the ones that I use. So you can build your brand color and leave it that way. Like make it so that you don't have to go looking all over the place when you go to find your colors. All right, so cool. So we're gonna start here. First thing I like to do is click on the background and you'll see right there, here's the color switcher. So let me close this for a second. Click on the color switcher and you can see my color palettes. It says my Ecamm Live color palette is loaded. I'm gonna change that, put it back on the Do Rock one. Okay, I should actually label my brand kit. I have no idea why I never named it, but I just know what it is. So in here, let's say I wanted to pick on this little purple element, right? And say I was going to change that purple element to red, right? It'll do that. You see what I'm saying? And then this shape has a two-tone, so I could come over here and change the outside to something else, right? Like I'm not going to use that red because it's obnoxious, but that's how you would do it. You select your elements and then you can change the color of the elements. This is using some of the new shape tools, but that's basically how you do it. If you want to not mess up the placement, which I strongly suggest you move the placement, but if you want to not mess up the placement, hold down the Option key and move a copy to where you can see what's going on, right? And then you'll also notice that right now it's at a 50% transparency. You can put it at full blast, make your adjustments accordingly. So this is using a shape and this, and you can even control how the outlines look by doing some of this stuff right here, right? So you can generate some cool things and then change the border weight, you know, you can play with it. So the new shape features inside Canva are pretty impressive. Yeah, but just so you know that that's available to you. So let me click that and then push this back. Oi! All right, so I'm gonna put those back as they are. Coming back to my main background, I can click on this bad boy and you know we're gonna kick it with the dark purple. Oh, completely missed what I was aiming for, but I like that. I want this background. There we go. And then now click on the dark purple. Okay, so I can take the background that I moved, click up here, and in this particular case, I probably want to go with the light purple, or I might even want to go with like one of these reds up in here just to change the look, right? So now I got that, put that up there. That alone changes everything. It looks like a total different nail just by changing the background color and the color, a couple of the elements, right? Now, I like the way he did this grow your business stuff. I don't necessarily like these particular shapes. So change the shapes. Just go ahead and delete them, right? Oh, Canva trick. If you hold down the Option key when you click on something, you can actually click the item that's behind it, right? All right, so we're going to 86 this picture. We don't need that. And then I do like these texture elements. I'm just going to move them so that they don't look like they're in the same spot that they were. And then I could even take this and move it. Again, I'm just changing some things. This is a cool element. Don't really like that. I can 86 that. Maybe I'll put this circle over here or come like with a half over here so it leads your eyeballs into the center. Can take this and make it like a little bit bigger and then bring it down a little bit. Like I'm just showing you here how to make bigger changes so that these things are, say, less obvious, right? And then down here on the bottom, you'll see I can say change all, and then that'll just switch everything. So now I don't have to do it to every one of those elements. I could just do it to a couple, and then I kind of got my business in order. Okay, so now I'm gonna come over here in the uploads. I'm gonna grab myself a face. I'll use this new picture, right? And then I look like taking a fart, but it's okay. I'm going to change this. Let me go check on you guys in the comments. Sahari, that's what I'll be doing over here. Way to go, Paul. I appreciate that. You do have to pay to get brand kit. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's say this real quick, and I know this is going to cause some pushback button. Yes, every word counts. If the word has letters, it counts. Let's put it that way. Every word counts. And regardless of what the template is, I'm deleting the template. And Fulgens understands. Now, don't do that, family. I love you, but don't do that. Because it's just going to make someone else see another video they think is you and it's not you. And then it's going to confuse people and make them think that another person is part of your brand, and they're not. So just don't do that. Anyway, you'll see this in just a second. I got you, Dragon. Hold it down tight. Hold it down tight. All right, cool. Everybody is kind of sort of in there like swimwear. Yeah, I like the dots too, Michelle. All right, so let's get back over to you. So what I'm going to do, first of all, this is one of my favorite things to do with this image thing, and I'm not a total fan of this image, but I'm just going to use it because it makes class easier today. I like to come over here. Some of the new stuff they have is they have focusing tools that you can press that kind of gives you a little bit of like flavor to your imagery, and it does that. It kind of like blurs the edges a little bit. It adds a little savoir-faire, and then you can play with the edges. You can make the blur percentage bigger or stronger or whatever. So you can do that. I'm going to skip that for this particular image. They also have auto enhance if something was wrong with the image. I think the tone is pretty good. I like to go into these color mixes. You can find some cool stuff inside here. And I also like to just go into pop. So what I normally do is hit this one, which is way too strong. But then inside the thing here, there's these little markers that tells you that it's editable. So you click that and you come in here and then you just peel this back a little bit, right? Then you can change your highlight color to a different highlight. So it doesn't have to be that strong. You can change your shadow color to a different kind of shadow, right? Up to you. If you want like crazy something, you want to go strong, you can do these. The lighter you make the contrast color, the more contrast the image has. So you can do something like that just to give the image a little bit of flavor, and then you can play with the intensity as to how you want it to go. Okay, so I'll take that, I'll leave that there. Then I'll come back to edit image again, scrolly to the top, hit this adjust, and then start playing with the brightness and the contrast of the image, right? And then contrast that up a little stronger. And then tiny little bit of saturation and a little bit of X process. And then now we got a decent looking image. Okay, so about that changing things a certain amount of percent. Watch this. This is called the flip. Not to be confusing Marita and Daniels. That was mean. All right, look, all I'm doing is moving it over to the opposite side. And then I'm tucking the fatness underneath the fold a little bit. Move this over here. Grab these guys. Ooh, I hate when that happens to me. I like the spacing on this, so I'm going to keep the spacing, but just hold it together and then move a new copy. You could just move it, but I like to move a new copy so I can kind of remember where it came from, and then I'll go and get rid of the original ones. There's about 87 ways to do that. Now, common, what's the word I'm looking for? Common talkology is you want the image to be relatively large. So I'm going to embiggen this a little bit and then take a little bit more fat off the bottom. Okay, boom. Already it looks completely different from what we originally had. Now, I'm going to do boom, boom, boom. Bombaclad. I hate when it does this, so I cheat sometimes. Just go and edit like that. And unfortunately, this one has a 3-word title. Is it 1 or 2? It's 1 word. Okay, so that makes it better. All right, boom. I don't even want to put that. That's going to be in the title. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Put this up here. I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet either. I got to figure. You should have your title in your head already, but I'm doing this on the fly. So I'm going to leave that. I'm going to come over here to the internet, this is cool. This is something that Tom would do. Don't sidetrack yourself, Doc, and don't go shopping. We are just here to find a decent image. They have images on their site, and I could just grab it from there. B&H is really hard to get images from, but it's better if you take your own pictures, by the way. I'm just cheating. Don't tell nobody. All right, here, this is directly from the Gorilla Box site. Okay. So I want this. I want you to want me. All right. So we're going to right click that, open image in a new tabular, take it, drop it to the desktop, come back to the Canva, and then pop that socks. Now, family, I said I was going to have this conversation a minute ago. Yes, I got it. All of these services add up. Yes, they all add up. Canva is one that you will use over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. If you gotta throw Starbucks away and get Canva Pro, stop drinking Starbucks. I don't care what it is. You got to give up cigarettes. You got to give up, Pornhub.com, your OnlyFans subscription, whatever, man. Canva Pro or Adobe Express is a must because, yes, you got 1,000 sites where you can go and remove that background and then bring it back in. First of all, taking the nail, going to one of these background removal sites, and then using it will add an extra 4 to 5 minutes to your flow. So what does that mean? Let's just say it's only 2 minutes. I will give you guys the benefit of the doubt. Say it only takes 2 minutes to go do that someplace else and then come back. That's adding an extra 2 minutes to your flow. Every extra minute you add to your flow means more time you are going to make excuses not to do this because what is a 5-minute thumbnail, or I've literally made thumbnails while City of Mine is playing. Okay? City of Mine is 3 minutes and 33 seconds. If I'm not teaching this, I can go quicker. So if I had to stop and go to open another site, upload the site, let it do the work, then download that thing and then bring it over, then bring it back into Canva, that's going to add almost the entire 3 minutes it takes me to make the thumbnail to the thumbnail. Now my thumbnail became a 6-minute process. I'm fast at this. Majority of you, your thumbnails is probably longer than that. People in the cord, what is your average thumbnail time when you're not tweaking, Dina and Michelle? Because I know both of y'all are like me and we probably tweak a lot. Why is this open? Go away. All right. So people in the Discord, when you're not tweaking, how much do you normally spend time on a thumbnail?
About 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah, Alec is with me. Michelle is with me.
Same.
Right. Now, any of you guys not pro users?
5 max. I'm pro.
See?
All pro.
You see? So if your thumbnails are taking longer than this, yeah. And let me, I'm going to fix something, Adam, and please don't get mad at me because I love you. Anybody who uses computers today, you have got to, and I know this sucks. I get it. I understand you people. You've got to get over this idea of hating subscription-based services. Every software in the next 3 to 4 years that you want to use will be 100 prescription. Will be 100% subscription-based. There are so many positives to subscription-based software that almost the entire industry is moving that way. I get it. Back in the day, we would pay a single price for this, and then we would have it. But what that meant, right? I use Photoshop because it's the best analogous to Canva Pro. Back in the day, Photoshop was $8.99 for the regular version, and then $6.99 for some watered down version, and $149 for the here's an eyedropper, little bird in your mouth version, right? And the next update was always 3 years out. So cameras done changed, industry done changed, printers done got better, the whole stuff happened, and Photoshop, we working a new version, we get it to y'all. Yeah, we work in a new version. We get it, y'all. It took them 3 years to make updates. Why? Because they had to budget, they had to build, they had to recode. Then something would happen because Apple changed something, or Dell or somebody else changed something, and then they got to gut it and go back and do something. So if the PC platform takes a massive jump, they would have to make an adjustment. And then Apple platform would come back and make another massive jump. They'd have to make another adjustment. And then by the time they got this thing out, it's 3 years later. So if you go back in the day, the average whole cloth upgrade to a Photoshop was about 3-year gap window. Now it could be 3 days. If Apple came out with the M4 tomorrow, and even though Adobe's slow, they'll get it out within about 2 months. You don't have to wait a whole nother version. So that's the dopeness of software. And the reason why they can do that is because when you have a subscriber base, let's just say it's $10 a month and you have, scratch the eyeballs, you have 100,000 subscribers, you know that you're getting $1 million a month to work with. Like you know what your budget is, so you can do things. You can be live on the fly. It is much, much better in the end to have subscription software. And I get it. Like, this is another challenge. Business owners, we tend to buy things for our business the way we buy things for ourselves personally. And you can't do that. The fastest way to fail a business is to treat your business wallet like your home budget. That will bury your business quickly. Right? So, for instance, this thing comes out and you need it, and then you're like, la, 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 la. In my house, I would never buy that. I'm going to wait till it goes on sale. Well, while you're waiting for it to go on sale, your competitor then came out, got the right thing, started moving, blew right the hell past you, and now you're chasing and playing catch up when you had an opportunity to be there in the beginning. But yeah, this is why most business people have to put in an accountant or somebody to either stop them from buying everything or make them buy stuff when they're supposed to buy it instead of being cheap. So it's a thing, and I get it. I know these subscriptions are pain in the butt, and I know they add up, but if you're in a creative business, you probably need Canva for Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, like all of the above. You kind of need Canva. So yeah, it's just one of those things. Can you just get Affinity Designer? Yes. So pay $50, buy Affinity Designer, and do all of the same things. It won't be as fast, but knock yourself out. And I stated that in the very beginning before y'all came up in here. Stop making excuses. I'm going to just take your excuse and move it, because you can get GIMP for free and do everything that I'm doing right here in Canva. It will just take you longer. So you got to decide what's more important, my time or the $10 a month that Canva costs. Nonprofit organizations get it for free. First responders get it for free. Teachers get it for free. Students get it for like 50% off. There's 1,000 ways to do Canva, but don't be scammed by people sliding in your inbox, be like, get Canva Pro for free. That will get you in trouble. I can make one, but you kind of don't need one, but I can definitely make one because I actually like Adobe Express better, but that's because I'm a Photoshop person. I use Canva because my community uses Canva. But if you ask me if I was held to I shouldn't say gunpoint. If I was held to knife point, which one would I pick? I'd pick Express in a heartbeat. So there's that. All right, just check in. Thank you, India. Thank you. All right, so let's get back to the action. Dun, 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 dun. Are you guys working on thumbnails too over there? Or are you guys just hanging out with each other? Okay. You can use your Ecamm share and share what you're working on. So I gotta just see the Paul's swanky little vest over there, like you going to a fashion show. That's Paul C, by the way. Paul D is hiding because the cat is walking around his computer. All right, let's go back to here. So let's just take this. Dun, 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 dun. Let's do. This is going to be too many words for me. Okay. Now, change this font because this ain't me. I like to go to la, na, 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 na. Go with that one. Boom. Like how I switched up. And then go to that one. Like it switched up. Get your click up. And I don't like but not like this. All right, so we coming down, do like this, take like this, pop, and then remove the YOLO box. You only live once box. I wonder if they knew what YOLO was when they said that, because I like the product, but they probably should have picked a different name. Boom. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. Go like that, and then find my edge right there. Do this right about here. I like to stack them on top of each other. It sucks when it ends in an O because it doesn't really help you, but then come down from there. And I'm gonna I use the edge box. There's a bunch of different ways you can pick this, but I'm gonna do a double ender, okay? So what that means is I'm gonna start on this justification and move back over to the other justification. Okay. Now, some more tricks. I like this YOLO box. It is the primary subject matter. A lot of people say, and they are correct, you should give your items some breathing space. In this particular case, it's a thumbnail, so I'm going to crowd it. If I was making this as an advertisement, I'd definitely leave a lot more negative space. But for the thumbnail, I'm going to purposely crowd it because I want this to kind of be the center focal point. Also, the chords aren't that important, so I can put those in the back a little bit. The main thing is that you can see some of this YOLO Boxy Pro. Now, here's where we're going to do some texture-oriented things. This is a pro tip that will probably save your bacon. Don't say I didn't warn you. I'm happy where I'm at right now. Go over here and press duplicate page. Okay, now start tweaking, because if you F it up, you can come back and do it again. How many times have that little teeny button right here saved your bacon? The duplicate page button will save your bacon because you totally start tweaking and you, oh my God, you screw it up and then you all the way back to the beginning again. So anyway, I'm going to press on this here and press Rex in effect. I'd like to hit neon switches on the next block. You guys know me like that, all right? Now, oh wait, before you do this, before you add any effects, any elements that you might want to double up, copy them before you add the effects. Effects sometimes can change the size of stuff because Canva is weird. Again, Photoshop, no. Express, no. Canva, yes. You just got to know your platform. So I'm going to take this and pull it over here and pull me another copy over here, just in case. I can actually highlight both of these and then hit my neon. Boom, neon. Then I'm going to take this baby, and I'm going to hit neon again, but this time I'm going to go red. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. All right. Then go back to my effects panel now. Can play with my intensity. Drop my intensity down to 28. All right. And then I'm going to pull this back up and hit the matchup. Right. Then that the intensity is not working for me. I'm going to have to go this way a little bit. There you go. I'm going to do like 92. He like it like that. Yeah, baby. I like it like that. I like it like that. Like so. Stop tripping, Doc. You guys are like, this guy is losing it. 92. You can type these numbers in, it's faster, and then boom. There you go. Added a little bit of texture to your thing. You know what I'm saying? Now you can take those bad boys, group them, and do what you need to do. But remember, there's stuff back there. So when you do your group, make sure you catch it all. So how you catch it all? Let me ungroup that real quick. And then what you want to do is select. I think I got them both that time. This can be problematic. Another thing that you can do is cheat. Like, take all of this stuff right here, highlight it, make sure you don't get the letters, hit the lockbox, and then go like that, and you'll get all of this stuff. So now when you group it, they should be stuck together. You know what I'm saying? Now, at that point in time, you can take all these extra items that you had locked and you can unlock them if you need to. If you don't need to, don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. So I got that set up. I might embiggen it just a schmiggin. Bam. There you go. It's kind of sort of looks good in the hood, right? If you want to embellish this, there's a couple different tricks you can do. Canva, this image doesn't have any space on the side. So this is one of those ones where you would go into another program and add it as a image in the middle of a blank PNG to give yourself some space. You could also do it in Canva. So let me show you what I mean by that. So I'm going to copy this image right here, and then I'm going to go to my Canva guy right here, create me a new design. And let's just do thumbnail for the seconds. And then paste that image in. Hopefully it catches up. If it doesn't paste in, I could just grab the original one again. Okay, that's in there. So what I'm saying is there's no edges to this image, right? And I want there to be edge to this image in order to do the effect that I want to do. So you got to come over here, paste it into a blank, then go to share, and then go to download, and then transparent background. And actually, I'm going to let it swell up a bit. That's the 1.5 JP. Or wait, I think JP asked that. No, Albert asked that question. You just change the size to 1.5x. So that's it. So now I'm going to save these download settings and let it go. And the reason why I did this is because now when I bring it in and I want to add some, if you want to add some flavor to it, you can. So again, now that we're here, I like this. I'm about to do something that might be destructive. Duplicate page. Boom. Come down to the next one. All right. Now we're on page 3. I just did that just in case we break what I had. Okay, here's my download. Pop it in here. Now you see there's space around it, right? And the reason why you need that space, because if you go to edit image now and you come in here and you add something like a glow, drop. There you go. Now it added it. Before, it wouldn't have worked because there wasn't a lot of edge space to work on, right? So now with this glow, I'm going to change this color and then go to something like Blurple. Ba, 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 and then increase it a little bigger, right? And then now it got me a little glow, right? You can make the blur stronger, softer. You got things. So this will help. And I might even do something crazy with this particular one. Come in here and get me a new colors. Sorry, I'm tripping. God dang it. Man, sometimes this computer and this mouse situation be driving your mans crazy. He must be crazy. Crazy. Let me change this color right here. So 1EAFF. That's it. All right, we got it. Now, that doesn't match, but I just wanted to put the Buck Nation. Let's go. Let's try magenta. Mira, magenta. That works. Okay. So that's it. Now we got that. You can go grab your crop, pull it back in tighter just because it's easier to size thing. Ooh, that just messed it up. It doesn't like that. Uh-oh. I done did something stupid. See, it's something about Canva effects. It will do dumb stuff on you, but it's okay. You can just always come back and redo it. It drives me batty when it does that stuff, but just learn to work with it. Because again, your options are Photoshop, which is amazing, but it's going to cost you. Put that size back up. I think I had it at like 8 and my blur at like 7. Okay, there you go. Then you can play with your transparency and your blur just to see like how strong or whatever you want it. is really up to you. It's up to you. Now, I have to apply this, let that application sit, and then you can embiggen. And sometimes even here, just because Canva is saving to the web as you do things, it will do stuff like that, right? It will do that. It will drive you batty. Just undo it. Sometimes it fixes itself. Sometimes it doesn't. So that's just something to know. That does happen all the time. And today, for whatever reason, probably because I'm live, it's not updating as fast as I wanted to. There we go. Give that a second to marinate before you mess with it again. So there we go. We're going to let Canva update that while I check on the comments. It is something that it does because it is sending things back and forth to the cloud. There is a Canva desktop version you can download, but don't do that either. Why you ask crazy questions? Why would I do that? I made it purple on purpose so that the image sticks out. Why would I go and then change it to make the skin darker? That doesn't make sense. Hey, what's up? BK from the Ontario, Canada. Boom. What's up, drugs? All good, man. You out here. You out here in these streets. We appreciate you, bro. The company sent me the YOLO box, and they also sent me the images to do my review, so I can jack that particular image. Normally, yeah, most companies, if you go to their sites, they do have places where you can get press images. If you're doing a review, you can do that too. But most of these press images are available. For instance, all right, now we're going to do something real quick. See, I'm telling you, I appreciate the concern. Brian's a lawyer. He's out in these streets. But I got to say, sometimes I'm going to just say these questions are looking for excuses not to do the work. Just saying. So we're going to go over here. We're going to go to apple.com. I want to talk about my new MacBook Air. Scroll down here to the bottom. And then down here on the bottom, and newsroom, click. Boom. Apple third quarter results, negative. Major League Baseball, no. All new MacBook Air M2 available starting Friday, July 8th. Click. Then, boom, boom. Right here. See this little button right here on the bottom? Download. Allows you to download the images. You want this image right here or this image right here? Download. Where have I seen this image before, Doc? I don't know. Albert, where have you seen that image before? Hit Canva. And then come over here and then click this and let that sucker load. My milkshake. Boom. Where did those images come from, Albert? From Albert's press page, where they give you permission to download the images so that you can make them popular. Like, I get the question. It is a valid question, but it takes about 5 seconds to research where to get the real image, or just email the company and be like, hey, company, can I get that image? And then they'll be like, here you go. Here's a whole zip file full of images. So, yeah, knock yourself out. Elgato. Let's go to Elgato page. I know for a fact that they have them too. If you go to elgato.kumi, right? Maybe Alex knows this. Maybe he ain't checked before. But if you go over here to the Elgato page, and I forgot exactly where I seen it, but it's up in here. Scroll down to the bottom, and down on the bottom, media room, right? Brand assets. Your excuses are valid. So what? No, back to my regularly scheduled program. I'm just saying. I get it. I get it. When I see those questions, though, I'm going to tell you, maybe I'm a jackass, but this is how I read it. I need an excuse not to actually do the work as opposed to go figure out how to get a properly licensed image to use for my thumbnails. That's how I see it. Now, I could be wrong, but that's how I read those. That's how I read those. Sorry. Not really. Thank you, Liz. Yes, duplicates are free and life savings. I have imported fonts in the Canva, made Future X one of them. Nice. They do have a lot of stuff. There is no saving on Canva. It's automatic. You just got to wait sometimes for it to happen. All right, let's go. Oh, yeah, we're going to cover that, Adam. Good question. Let's cover that in a second once I get past what I'm doing. Yes, Canva has a free tier for nonprofits, but that's my day job. It ain't fair if I use it from a private business. I'll pay. See, I like this man's right here. Here we go. What's up, Hans? Lifestyle vlog channel. My daughter is in our family channel. How do you feel about a 3-pig type collage on thumbnails? It seems to be popular with lifestyle channels. Let me take a look at what you got going. Let me see what it looks like. I can kind of tell. If your niche is doing it, it's probably the thing. I'm just saying, if your niche is doing it, that probably is the maneuver. All right. Let's see. Let me start Adam's question, because that is a good question. And then, let's see. Got Hannity's question. That was the question, just in case I forgot to put it up. Dun, 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 dun. All right, let's scroll it down. And I didn't even know to look at the media room correlated with action. Holla back. Yeah, holla back, youngin'. Welcome to the party, India. Home slice. Yes, see, I'm just saying, like, most of the brands, they're not going to be mad at you for taking an image that you're using to speak about the product. If you are taking the image so that you can bootleg one, that's going to get you in trouble. Now, again, I'm not an attorney. Brian is, but I don't think he does copyright law. But yeah, there is ways to do what we're talking about. Okay, so I'm gonna click that, come over here, copy that, and then close this. Cancel. All right, let's go right here. Let's go to the tubes of you. Hit this button here, go like that, and then go like that, and then go to browser. Wait for this thing to twirl. Twirl, there it is. Okay, channel review. First off, some of this stuff has changed. The mindset of how this works has changed over the years. I still think certain things exist. So, for instance, all of the beauty queens, they love using these twirly, cute little fonts. I think they're really hard to see on mobile. So it would take some time and effort, but I think it's well worth it to go and do a look and see how do they look on mobile. You know what I mean? So if I go here, this one, the English doc, the name part is readable on mobile. Lifestyle, fashion, beauty, vlogs, and travel, not very readable on mobile. And lifestyle and vlogs is the same thing. It's circumloquacious. Just take vlogs out. Just say lifestyle. Beauty and fashion also go together. So I would just put lifestyle, fashion, travel, or lifestyle, beauty, and travel. I don't think you need to have beauty and fashion are too close together. Yes, they're different, but they're too close together, and we're trying not to be circumloquacious. So, number one, I would get these words down to like technically 1, maybe 2. If you got to use 3, put 3, but you definitely don't want 5. All right, so there's that. Thumbnail game. This is just a doc opinion, 100% whole cloth doc opinion, messy. This, to me, it's too messy. It makes it hard to read your text because you have the 3-image collage. And I'm looking at this on a 32-inch blind person's monitor. Okay? But that being said, it's doing really well with their view count, so it probably doesn't matter. If the niche takes it. From a personal perspective, I think you could do this and still make it look dope. And I'm going to show you what I mean by this in like 2 seconds. This has the thumbnail game of Kelly Smaps. I think that's how you spell it. I just did it wrong. SMAPS, or is it PPS? Man, why can't I find it? Maybe it's KLOY. Yes, stamps. There you go. That's why you can't spell, dummy. This has a thumbnail game of like her thumbnails. Now she got like 750,000 subs and she's doing it, but I don't know. These thumbnails are not very enticing. But if you have 750,000 subs, you don't have to be very enticing. They're already going to come. Like I said, if it's already working, it's working, right? You don't have to change anything. But these thumbnails are very hard to read. They're very whatever. But I think what reason why they do work is because they have a large image of the person in it, and people do connect with people in their nails. Now, let me go to one of my homies. And you'll see, I just typed that wrong again. You can see that you can put a decent lifestyle nail together and still follow the rules, right? So if you look at Millie, right, she has pretty decent nails in here and she's following majority of the rules, right? Just big stuff, big image, big writing. So you can do this. I think, to me, just personally, I think isolated images just tend to work better, especially isolated images with animated faces, right? So that is something that is totally up to your style. And again, like I said, you're going to make the adjustments according to your style. But hey, that's just you. Okay. Liz just did her funnel today. Dun, 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 dun. Yes, I do have that. It's called thumbnails.tv. Thumbnails.tv. Good question. Ad rock. La la la. THUMBNAILS.tv. La la la. Oh, it's broken. Dang it. Oh, thumbsup.tv. Thank you. That was a voice of God from Dina. It's thumbsup.tv. There you go. Hold on. Let me glitch it right here. La la. So this is it at rock. Let me go grab my nail. Like, okay, I'm going to tell you right now, Ecamm, we don't follow any rules, but it's not up to me. So I have to just eat it, even though it is not my favorite choice, right? Because when you get down to this little sidebar thing, look at this, man. You can't see that. But this thumbnail was for Facebook. Whoa, dang. I just rolled my mouse over the screen share of y'all in the Discord, and y'all just got real big. It's kind of funny. Come here, mouse. Man, I love Universal Control, but Universal Control does not like Logitech mouse. Let's just put that in writing today. There we go. All right, let me drop this one on here. Now you can see. So there's the regular, what it looks like on the web browser. This is on a small. This is this little sidebar. Look, you can still read it. The Canva, I probably should have used the white Canva logo, actually, if you're going to go this small. But yes, this is the business right here. Look, the Watchnator nail, the tiny, tiny, tiny little nail, right? So Hannity, give this to baby girl and tell her, Uncle said, throw her thumbnails in here and look at what they look like to other people. Because that's what your thing is. You got to like think about how are you presenting this joint to other people. How they go. You might be like, this thumbnail is cool. This is how I like it. But how you like it is irrelevant. I'm going to be whole cloth facts about it. Oh, Dina is getting busy over here with hers. What the heck is she doing? I like that. Where'd it go? Here it is. Dina is making, like, cutting out these, the garlics are back. My address is 415. Yo, Dina makes really tasty garlics. Okay, let me say, Dina, stop messing. Stay right there. Can you hear me in Discord? Am I muted? Wait. Dina, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in your particular case, I actually like the whole image.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing
That's
that
why I just ditched it.
the one thing you could do, which would require you to dip out of a different program if you wanted to floss it up a little bit, because Canva does not currently give us a way to like isolate the garlic bulbs and then just brighten them up a little bit. So if it were Gretchen and she had her, what you call that thing, Lightroom open, you would take the burn tool and you would give it like a little bit of, dodge burn. I always mix the two up, but I know how to use it. Anyway, you would dodge and burn that a little bit to like vibrant up the garlics and then leave the rest of it sort of muted. Canva doesn't really give us all of that. But in your particular case, I like the vibe of the whole picture, especially these two, harvesting garlic and drying them onions. I think those are cool.
You still can do it.
Huh? You can?
You can do it. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
So
Michelle
what
knows.
you need to do. Okay, so what you need to do is duplicate the picture. The one on the top, take out the background. Then do the one on the the one above it. Do all the things to it, and then put it on top of it.
That's what she was kind of doing. So yeah, that's a good idea too. Because I do that myself, right? I duplicate the images and stack them. That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Michelle stopped talking right when I was still drinking. So, all right, cool. Let's dive into this. Go back to this nail again. So I can show you sort of what Michelle's talking about. In this particular case, my image is already cut out, but we'll go back and you'll see what she's saying. So like for this image right here, I could take it and make a duplication of it, right? And then I could take this particular one and, where have I done this before? I have a thumbnail from a while ago where I needed to put something in between my hands and I just wanted the hands part to be different, right? So anyway, I'll show you what I mean by that. If I can find that image, or I'll just recreate one using a different image. Like I might come over here and, no, actually I want to go back to this. It's in the photogenics. And I believe it's called Amethyst. There it is. That's actually the one I wanted in the first place. I just did it by hand. But the one I like this Amethyst one. So you can put that back, right? But one thing to do with this one is to take this and then go to your edit image buttons, hit this adjust guy right here, take the brightness all the way to like purely ignorant. Take the contrast all the way up to purely ignorant. You can desaturate it, right? You don't really care about this process and things like that, but you're going to take the blur and you're going to do one of that, right? So now you got everything in there. The rest of these kind of sort of don't matter, but you can play with them, right? Just to see how it looks. And then you take this guy and you put it like right there. To me, that is a better outside picture glow than the way that they do it now, right? So you take the first image and you just go to town with it, and then you lay the image back on top of it. Then I take this and give it a little brightness, right? And then maybe a little contrast. So you guys may have seen this before in Drop Squad. If you go to creatorcoach.live and you look at the various levels, that's how I did the images that are there. So Dina is over here putting in that work. She's listening to Michelle, and then she is she's cutting out areas. You don't have to get super clean with it, Dina, because the other image will be back there too. So it's mainly for the bulbs and that little areas around your hand, so to speak. All right, so that covers that. Let me go back and make a couple minor adjustments, because now that I look at this texture, I don't like this texture in comparison to my own texture that I use. So I'm going to leave those bubbles right there, but let me 86 some of these, because I just wanted to show you what it's like to start with a template. And now that we started with it, we're going to get cray-cray with it. So let me get this one out of the way. Stop. Unlock. There you go. All right. So, oi! You know I can move the me in one piece there, boy. All right, there we go like that. All right, so this is what it would look like with zero texture. Not a fan of that. So what I like to do is come over here and you can look in your texture area. We got elements, and then these are the graphics. I hit these, right? And then you hit, these are the magic recommendations. It's kind of cool because Canva knows what you're working with. And these, my friends, are some dope textures, right? Like this bad boy right here, right? Here's this bad boy right here. You can pick, you got something like this. There's lots of them in here. There's regular dots. There's all kinds. So you can play around in here. You can look at more. I am going to work with this in here. All right. Because you know I like that one. Ah! Oi, blood clot. Lock these things in place before you do this again. So you lock those. And then lock this image for sure because it's being silly. And then lock this image because that guy's funny looking. And now I got this. Okay, so here's my texture. I know that's hard to see because it's black. So for right now, I'm going to just make it white so you guys can see. Take this texture, put it where you want your stuff to have a little pop in circumstance, right? I often will rotate it just a little bit. So sometimes shrinkify it and then give it a little twirl. Man, why you ain't twirling today? It's not twirling for me. Oh, there it is. Sometimes they move the buttons. I like to twirl things like 8 degrees. Don't ask me why. It's kind of my magic number. All right, so I'm going to take that. I'm going to embiggen it to how I want to embiggen it. Come over here. Give me a slightly lighter color than that. I like that particular one. That was
You can drop the transparency too.
I am going to drop
It'll
the
make it nice.
transparency, Miss Lady Girl. So then, Michelle is talking voice of God in my ear. So I'm going to bring the transparency down a lot. And I'm going to come down to like 14. Then I'm going to duplicate this. And then pick a different one. And make that even lighter. So give it a little blur, send it to the back. And then take this next one, send it to the back. And shrinking it and then moving it till they line up a little bit. And that's it. Actually, I can probably make this. Let me just use one for this. I can actually make this a little lighter. I like it so it's super, super subtle, right? Now, to duplicate Tom's soap bubbles in here, you kind of just got to use circles and make them really, really light. Other things, you have gradients in here that you can use to highlight something. So you come over here to gradient. The white is clear. Come over here, click the purple that you need. I need a slightly darker one. Man, where you at? That kind of works, right? So you can put that there, hit the fade, like really, really low, but it just gives you some gradients. And then you can use that to like bless up your whole thing. And I'll put that like halfway between my master image, put it over here, send it to the back, right? Now, remember, you got keys over here. You can use your shortcut keys, whatever. So that's how people say, well, you can't do gradients. They're hard to find. When you get it, you get it. But they are a pain in the butt, I do have to admit. But yeah, there it is. You can give it a little red splash if you want, a brighter red. You can try like a little orange splash. You know, you find colors that work with you. This one is probably better with a little, like muted color purple like that. But now you took what was the original Nale and then you blessed it up to match more of what it is that you do, right? That thing you do. So get in here. Don't be afraid to play. Before I mess this up, I'll hit a duplicate page again because I did want to try to, now that this is glowing, I do want to brighten up the YOLO box a little bit, but I know good and well it might just break. So I duplicated it first. So now I'm gonna hit this edit image, go back over to my adjustment and try to give it a little bit of oomph. Oh, it's working. And then a little contrast. All right, that's better. There you go. That's it. That's the end of tweaking. That's it. You're squared away. You got it. You got it figured out. You don't have to add anything. You know me, I like to add my live to it so I can come back to home. I don't type my live all the time. I just grab it. Sometimes I use the ones that they build in, but it is good to have a little bit of consistency. But let's just look at what was the original inspiration for the nail. Where'd it go? Oh, it just opened the same one. I need to go back to templates. Here, I'm gonna add this. That was the original inspiration for the nail, and this is what we ended up with. So you don't have to take what they give you and run with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, get in there and have yourself some fun. Now, let's go and look at Canva's font situation. Let me highlight all of this right here. And bam, bam. And then let's grab text. It is probably, not that. It is probably in your best interest when you're playing around with text. It is probably in your best interest to start out with black text on a white background or white text on a black background before you start messing with things. All right. So let's just say, let's play with, let's just do that because Dina's over here doing stuff. So I want to do this, do another one. All right. Take your text, click over here. Everything is up in this piece. There's so many. Now, it gets messy. There's ugly stuff that no one's going to be able to read. That's designed to stack things. So just to show you, you take that. You, dang it. Duplicate it. And then come back over here and press the white one. This one is the new stuff that they're adding in Canva so that you can do things like this. Put that to white, position it to the front. It should be in the front. This is what they're trying to do. They're trying to come up with fancy stuff, right? So Canva has these new type of fonts where you can go in here and play with the things like that. Again, to click something in the back, you can just hold down the what do you call that key? Why can't I ever think what it's called? That key. You can come in here and change it. So I could put it to like red, bring this back to the front, and then line them up. You know what I mean? So you can come out with crazy stuff like that. Of course, we don't like any of that. I was just showing you that Canva has blessed their stuff up. If you go to the Canva home site and you go into the education, into the learn section, Canva has a thing in here called Design School, right? Inside the Design School, you can go into typography and layouts. They are always giving you articles and updates. These are some cool types that you can be using, right? So they're forever putting stuff in there. Also in the Canva blog, they often also talk about what are some of the font pairs that are, kind of running the world. So if you're going to be designing things, you want to be semi up to date, it is very good for you to be checking out the Canva blog because they're in here, they're telling you all stuff. That's how Michelle knew that you can make a website with Canva, right? So you come in here, there's a lot of stuff. There's all stuff in here about marketing, whatever. If you go into branding, there's information in here about branding, but you can just ask Michelle. There's all myriad types of stuff inside here. So one thing I like to do is go to font pairs and just Google it and see what is the hot new. There's a bunch of different stuff out here. Creative Market has good ideas on combinations. Pinterest has good ideas on combinations, but learn how to pick your font pairs. Don't just pick two fonts because you think they both look good. They might not necessarily work together. So if you are trying to feminate your stuff and you want some type of swirl, go look for a display oriented or headline oriented swirl, because the skinny squirrels do not look good when they're small. If you're going to use thin writing like this is dope. But if you make the thin writing big enough, it still can be thin and look dope. So this is a good font that does that. It's a font called, that is, oh my God, Creon Light. There you go. That's the name of it. So you can go in here and you can see various fonts. What's cool about these is you're able to, if you can download it, download it. If not, you can go back. If you have Envato Elements, you got lots of fonts. If you have Story Blocks, you got lots of fonts. But yeah, if you're an Adobe person, we got all the Adobe fonts, so we're square. But it's just one of those things you got to be sort of careful of. And last thing I'll say about typography, be careful of these super, super cheap fonts unless they give you a way to test it out first. Don't look at it and go, I like how this font's going to look with my stuff. Because when you go to type what you want to type, it might look totally different. And the kerning might be crazy. And what that means is the space between the letters, the M space, yeah, it can get really, really ugly. I've completely downloaded fonts and paid for them thinking that they were going to look good with what I was going to do. And then when I started doing them, they were whack because the gaps in the spacing, so you don't want to do that. So I think that covered what Adam was talking about. You got to pick fonts that works with you, and just know that you got to have some, you got to have to play with it a little bit. Fonts in Use is the bomb site. Thank you, Rich. You guys don't know this, but Rich used to be a badass designer. He probably still is, but I'm just saying. Fonts in Use. There you go. That is a wonderful site. I love this site. I'm going to tell you where I get my inspirational fonts for in like 2 seconds, but let me show you Fonts in Use. This is really cool. You can go out there and see like how things work in real life, right? So Base Killer is using these fonts right here, Rock Grotesque, Milkman, and obviously, yeah, this is a really, really cool site. I love to just go in here and look at stuff because I like typography. I have tons of books on typography. When I go to Powell's Books, I will literally camp out and read typography books and drink like 4 cups of coffee. And then Karen is like, can we please leave this place? Me and Powell Books is a problem. And Gretchen told me there's a Powell's bookstore like thing up in Washington somewhere that's not Powell's. It had a different name. I forget what it's called. But yeah, this is a really cool site. Here's where I look. This is my life. Hands up. You can speak anytime. You're open. Mic is open, just like the kitchen.
Which do you optimize for? How much do you optimize the layout for the video length that they put in ThumbsUp.tv? So let me switch over to my browser and show you. So I had to change it from vegetable garden vibes to garden vibes because the 1456 here was getting in the way.
Yes, yes.
But I'm wondering if that's necessary.
I don't pay attention to that. I probably should. I just don't. But look
like
at the
watch later large.
Yes, that one is
see it.
Yeah, because you can't see it, right? So it's a subtitle. So if the context is, I don't normally use subtitles. Let's put it that way. I used to do it a lot, though. If you look at my older videos, I had that red bar down there, and it'd be like what Keely done, or like what Paul Duncan or something like that. I kind of don't do that much anymore, but I personally don't pay attention to it. But it is something that if you think it's going to take away from it, you can. I just don't because I always forget. So you just reminded me, to be honest with you.
Okay. Because I don't want to lose much more because this is the context of what this type of video is.
Right. And in which case you
vibe.
can you can justify it to the opposite side.
Do you think it'll have okay?
You know what I'm saying?
I'll do that.
And then that's a safe bet.
I was just thinking of balance, right?
Yeah, same here. I like to use balance too, but yeah, it sucks. I have thumbnails that you'll look at of mine where I know I'm completely unhappy with the balance, but I will rock it that way just because it worked better. Actually, I like it like this in a sense because after you read the C in garlic, and you don't read the letters independently, your brain just does it. You do a Z when you read, right? So you kind of are forcing the Z because I'm reading harvest and garlic. I see whoa garlics, and then my eyes go back to garden vibes. So most people read in a Z or an F pattern. Yeah, now we're getting scientific, and I don't want to explode people's heads, but
No,
most people read in a Z or an F pattern. Look it up, people. It's a thing. That
I love
is-
the bokeh. That looks really nice.
it looks really good, and I
Thanks for
like
your help
it
with
better
that.
with the chop cut. You know what I mean? Can you show them by sliding your top picture over so they can see what you did?
Yeah.
Here, let me
duplicate it
1
first.
second. Let me 86 the chat real quick so it is bigger. There you go.
I'm gonna get rid of the text,
I want, man,
and then
all of us who's watching today, everybody send an email to Canva within the next week and be like, fam, can we get a Command H for hide? Because sometimes I just want to hide something and bring it back. I need to hide it to move something else, and then give me an option to hide stuff and then bring it back. But yeah, you see what she did? Like, you don't have to get
Right.
crazy with it. It's just enough because the other image is back there and people's eyes aren't going to see it that much, but it looks gorgeous like that. Right? Now, question. Again, this is just me being tweaky. Click on the back image.
Huh?
Yeah, and then go in the image edit. And then scroll down at the bottom of those. There's the photo ones right there, photogenic. Come back up. We passed it. Up. Right there, photogenic. Click on see all. And then look for one that says like fade or something.
soft.
Soft might work. Yeah, the soft one will work.
Where to search? Where to soft?
And there's
Where to
no,
fade?
just pull anything out of soft. Try one of those. If you like the extra colors, oceanic would probably be the best look.
Okay, let's go with that.
Because that way it's not monochromatic.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Man, I can barely see it in there, but I think it says oceanic right there.
Yeah, where,
It's right there, right above. Oh, there's fade. Fade and oceanic are right above
we
each
go.
other. But yeah, use oceanic. It's better. And then now put your garlic back. Does that hop out more in your eyeballs? Try look at the one above it. Nah, that your original way is better. Because the other one is so light that now I can see the chop marks.
right. But
See?
you can also just tweak. See, we could be tweaking all day.
Uh-huh. That's
If I go back.
I try not to, but sometimes it comes out, man. Ooh, that is crazy balls.
You could drop the intensity to like 10% though.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it kind of.
Yeah, it gets lost.
This is good.
The other one is better.
Yeah.
Yeah. But see, people, this is what I mean. You know, the last slide said test, right? That's what you do when you get in there and you start testing. Yes, I have used A/B thumbnail testing. It does work. TubeBuddy has it. vidIQ has it. A couple of other different places have it. But yeah, that is a cool thing to work with. Let me give you guys my secret squirrel for looking for inspiration. Is I like to be over here in Behance, and then I was looking at live stream overlays to just try to create something goofy, but I come in here and I just look at design stuff. It gives me an idea. Look at this is really cool. This is really cool. Not that. This one. That is dope. I like it. So I just come here, I look at stuff, and I get ideas, and I get color ideas. Like this is a really cool color palette right here. Yeah, you just come here, you look at stuff and figure things out. Like this is a good texture pattern. I can see myself using this texture, and that texture would actually be easy to do because you can do it in Canva just by blending lines and stuff together. So that is really cool. I'm totally a Marvel person, but hey, Batman, this looks dope. The Hero Character Collection. Moon Knight was good. There you go. There's some Marvel action. Hellboy. That looks amazeballs. Ooh, Vision. Iron Man. The Hulk is really good. You didn't even realize it has the words in there. So yeah, I like to tweak out over here. Wakanda Forever. Boom, Judge Dredd. I'm Groot. Nice. These are cool. So yeah, I like to look at this stuff and get inspired, see colors, see what's moving, see what's working for people. I can tell you that really poppies are coming back and pastels are coming back. But every once in a while you'll be in Behance, you'll see something that inspires you and then you go make it. So I like to cruise around in Behance. You can look at just topography in Behance. So they do have it broken down by types of projects. So TYPE, you can just do type or you can do topography, either or. You can look for hand lettering. So sometimes I'm in here looking for cool fonts. Yeah. So, ooh, look at this. See, this is dope. This is dope. Very good mix, good use of mix type in that. Also kind of cool. Oh, I guess I can't scroll further because I'm not logged all the way in, but when you log all the way in, you can kind of see what you're doing. So there's cool stuff to look at. You can even come in here and I haven't done this, but let me try. There it is. It's in there. This thumbnail is horrible, but it's showing you individual pieces. These are good. These do really good. Even though this is older, I can tell by the stuff. This style was doing really good for a hot minute, right? I personally don't make noisy thumbnails like such, but they do really well, just so that you know. And so now what some of these cats are doing is they're using Behance to get you to want to go in and become part of them. You know what I'm saying? Like buy their stuff. So here's a good one. Somebody wanted to do some NFT stuff, going in and adding the 3D monkeys, kind of a good look. Like it works for that particular genre. Not my fan, but here's a good one. This is what Dina and Michelle and I were showing you just now. They added a little cartoon flavor, but they isolated these two, popped them out, and added a little cartoon flavor. That is going to catch your eye for sure, right? Again, not my style, but by doing that little, like, what's it called? Like a lino plate type situation, it makes them stick out further from the background. So you can see that even in this Tony Robbins thumbnail, they kind of did that. This was really popular on like, you go buy mixtape CDs from Delancey Street, like that's what they would do. You would see that kind of weird, like extra pop out. So good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Let me check the guys on you guys again. Stop accidentally opening up Safari. Check on questions. It looked like we got it. Thank you for the behance.net. So gang, yeah, that's it. That's our thumbnail workshop. Again, I want to be able to do these more with the rest of the people. So if we like to work out on this, please go back after this thing is finished processing and throw some comments in there. Let us know how it worked. Other apps you want to see us dive into, like, because you need to know how to get your business together. Holler at your boy. Let us know. I really like working with the crew in Discord. They're hanging out there. People working on their stuff. Michelle and Dina and Alex, everybody who played along. Appreciate y'all for coming through. And Tuesday, yeah, we got more stuff to do. So come back Tuesday. Come back again next Saturday and become a member of Drop Squad. Then get to hang out with us and just do cool stuff. I hope this helped out somebody. I will see you guys on the flip. Chee-hoo. Now I got to find where I put the outro. There it is.
City of mine, how gets me down. City of mine. How I love this city of mine. It never gets me down, yeah.
I was born in the city, I was raised on its edges. My pop worked his life when it's complex. I found love when it's center. If I could live here forever, think it'd be for the better. I love the